link that's broken.
Good morning.
But, if you're a Republican running for re-election, what do you do? I mean, you still are looking at those Republican numbers at the end of the day because the entire
I have this
strategy
mask
that they
on
have
for a reason.
is
I'm
to
not
go
getting ready to
to these
leave right
voters and
now.
say,
But
hey, I
usually when I
support the
leave, I have
president,
my
I support
mask
Trump. And
on.
these guys are running with the president.
I
They're not running
want
against
to
him.
make
They
sure
running against him as, essentially a
that
political suicide.
you
And
understand
I
that
don't
we're
know
in
if
the
there's enough
middle of a
time for that to
pandemic.
shift. I mean, Romney
But we've
is,
also
obviously
suffered
in a
a
different position
traumatic
and is trying to
loss for
take,
our
this
country,
leadership
a human being
stand.
by the name
The
of
reality
George
is, the people that
Floyd.
he answers to in Utah,
The reason why I
they
stopped
have
to create
shown
this video
repeatedly that they're
today
willing to
is
oppose
to
this
get the
president.
word out.
They
In the middle of
have
a
a connection with
pandemic,
Romney that
this
is
has
bigger
moved
than just this
so
one,
many people, the death
president,
of
this
this
one
young man.
administration
No, I
targeting
do
him
not
in
know
time.
him,
A lot of these
nor
voters
do I
in
know
these
his
states that are
family,
still with President
but
Trump,
the
they still
compassion that
control
has
the
been
fates of these
showed
Republican senators. And,
based
I
on the
think,
wrong that
the
he
question
suffered. He
that I
was
think we're all
murdered
going to
at the
grapple with
hands of a
here
police
is,
officer,
are we all
somebody
as a country
that
taking a look inside ourselves and making
has been
a
empowered
reevaluation of where we stand as a
supposedly to
country? I think there's
protect
some
and
evidence
serve.
that
And he had
may be the
accomplices.
case.
He had three other
But
accomplices that killed this young
we'll
man.
see if that
And
ultimately drives
while
these
this
Republicans. I'm still skeptical about it.
disrespectful racist cop had his knee in George Floyd's neck, it's been said, and I hear it, I've said it even, that when George Floyd knew that he was getting ready to die, and I really feel like he knew it, because he announced to the cop a couple of times, "You're killing me, I can't breathe. I cannot breathe." He began to call for his mother. And it's been said that when he summoned his mother, he summoned all the mothers in the world. And that's why you see this mass protest, because the mothers' hearts have been broken. Because you see your son, you see your daughter laying on the floor, innocently handcuffed. Not saying that he was innocent, but he's handcuffed, which means you're in a position of least resistance on his belly. Enough said about that. The reason for this video today is to get our black young men, Hispanic young men and women, Asian young men and women, anybody that will be stopped by the police, get you home safe. I just want that to resonate. My first area of defense is to get our babies home safe. I am a mother, and I am so compassionate about my nieces and my nephews and my children are going to get home safe every day. Something that many Americans don't even have that issue with. Oh, I'll just go here, I'll go there, I'll break the rules. And if you get stopped, you may get home. People of another persuasion, i.e. Caucasian, white people. Many times it's just a slap on the wrist. But there are times, small instances, where they may be stopped and harassed. But nonetheless, my people have to have the talk. Black men and women know exactly what I'm saying. We have to sit our black babies down, boys and girls. If they're of driving age or riding in the car, we have to have the talk. You may not be afforded the right to be able to get home if you don't do these particular things. So make sure, number one, that we first sit them down and have that talk. If you're driving, have your license and your insurance out. Registration ready to go. Don't have it at a place where your hands will be out of the sight of the police officer. Try not to do anything, first of all, should I say, to even be stopped by the police officers. Because if they stop you, usually they stop you with a vengeance. What do you mean, a vengeance? They prejudge our young people when they stop us quicker than they do many others. So, but have your hands always where they can see your hands. Be respectful as possible. Yes, sir, no, sir, or yes, or no. Do not resist what they're doing, because in some instances they are following their job. You may have a tail light out. You may, of course, quote unquote, meet the description. But they'll pick a reason. You driving a nice car. That's their reason in their mind, but they have to fabricate something to pull you over in some instances. So I want to make sure that you keep your hands where you can see them. You answer their questions as clearly as possible. Speak clearly. Now, if by chance you do not have your license, your registration out, you forgot, say, sir, can I move my hand to get my license? You can watch me move my hand. And some people are vehemently against that and said, don't move your hands whatsoever. Let the cop do it. And that's up to you. That's your choice. Say that to your son. But make sure that they know that all the instructions have to be approved by the cop. Don't make erratic moves. Don't jump. We would tell you this. We have this talk. Answer their questions. And I know you're thinking in your mind, well, we've seen instances where we've had the talk and they've said, my hands are up, they get shot. My hands are down, we get shot. I'm laying on the ground, you get shot. You're walking away, avoiding the issue, you get shot. I'm talking about and killed by our police force. Yes, George Floyd's death summoned the mothers. Summoned people that have an absolute heart for seeing why that these young black men and women are being killed by police officers without regard for their lives, or regard for their safety. And I would always think in my mind, why don't they use tasers or why don't they use the rubber bullets? Why do they have to shoot them in the heart 15 times, 12 times, even one time, just killing people? But what we saw on national TV was murder. And again, of course, they were looking for a way to justify it. He had a counterfeit bill, and my understanding, they found out that the bill was not counterfeit. If you have any information on that, I've been trying to research it to figure it out, and I've seen some information that said maybe it wasn't even counterfeit, that it was just a mistake. So, and then to have people try to defame his character, which is a major drawback from the police. Anytime they shoot a young black man or a young black woman, they immediately try to say, this is the type of person we killed. So their life was no good anyway. Don't worry about it. But a life is a life, even if he had been to prison before. Prison is for reform and for change. That's not a reason to kill somebody. So you can't justify a homicide in broad daylight by saying, this is their character, so don't worry about them, because it's still a life, it's still a human being. And anybody with compassion in their hearts felt that. And if not, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. If you did not feel any compassion to see that man handcuffed on his belly, not resisting, and the man's the man's knee was in his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Yes, it's a murder. And it should be murder in the first degree, because he had time to think about it. He adjusted himself, pushed his hands further down in his pocket, looked at the camera and smirked like, do something about it, while officers watched it. Get our babies home safe. With a vengeance, you have to talk with your babies. And today, maybe you'll hold them a little bit closer. Maybe you appreciate your young boys and your young girls a little bit more. Because many times, even I don't have any children here at home with me now, but I think about where they are and if they're going to get home safe. We want you to get home safe. Thank you so much.